Yeah, really strong afternoon for Manchester United. All 3 points, and it's always particularly good when your strikers get amongst the goals. Let's hear from two-goal Romelu Lukaku. You look a handful, powerful, very dangerous today, Glenn. He often gets criticised for not producing what we saw today. Tim said unplayable, unstoppable today, and he was very good. He gets criticised because he doesn't seem to do it enough in some of those major games. Is that unfair on him or not, do you think?
No, I said that, actually, before the match started, that he's got to do it, I think, more consistently against the top teams. Today, he was excellent. There was a slight change. I think Sanchez and Lingard were closer to him. They played quite narrow, and they made sure that that back four of Burnley was always going to be under pressure. They were very close to him. They didn't spread. The width came from the fullbacks, Valencia and Shaw. So that gave him a little bit more support in many ways. And then the other part of the pitch, they got right in this Fellaini and Matic sitting in there, allowing the fullbacks to get forward. They had a nice balance to their play today, defensively and attacking. Today, he was excellent. Yeah. He was good. He was making runs in behind. He was holding the ball up. I'd like to see him do that a little bit. If you're a Man United centre-forward, you've got to do it against the top clubs and in Europe as well, in Champions League this year. He sometimes, Tim, has looked isolated, I think, as a United striker.
Sometimes in big games.
Seems to be up there a bit on his own, and they're hitting things up around his chest and up around his head, and it's not easy. Today, Glenn said people around him, and he had some service. He had something coming in the box today where you felt he could get on the end of.
Absolutely. I mean, when they got the ball in the final third, they've got the numbers they have forward all the time. You can't give Sanchez this sort of room. Wonderful cross.
Great cross.
Wonderful cross. And Romelu's not going to miss that. As soon as that leaves his foot, Joe Hart now knows he's in trouble. Yeah. So the only chance he's got is to come, and I think he realises that, and he gets caught in no man's land, and Romelu's got an easy task. But it's good movement off the back of the defender. This one, he gets lucky. Good layoff there, and it just ricochets to him. When it's falling for you, now, hopefully his luck's changed.
It's a good finish, Mike.
It is a good finish on his wrong side.
On his swinger as well, he smothered it. What he's done is he's got on top of it, over the top of the ball. It's flung up there. He's on his toes. There it comes. It drops to him, but he reacts quicker, and he's go over the top of it. You've seen him in the past actually miss them sort of chances, haven't you?
Yeah, you have, yeah. I mean, I'm delighted for him. I think that I feel sorry for him when they play against the big teams. Glenn's absolutely right. He does get isolated up there at times. I think they changed their tactics. Today, the midfield players were running beyond. They were occupying the centre halves. If you're playing up there on your own and two centre-backs are just lining you up all the time, it's easy. No matter how good Romelu Lukaku is, he's going to get outnumbered, he's going to get bullied in games. Today, other people were running off him, they were occupying the centre halves, and he found himself a little bit more space.
Should he have gone and grabbed the potentially grabbed the match ball for the penalty? No. I know you have penalty takers. Yeah. I've always loved my strikers to want to take the penalties. Should he have gone and...
I think he's scared because, I mean, the plan is for Pogba to take the penalty. They should stick to the plan. The game's not finished. If Burnley were to score a goal, say if Romelu went to take that and they missed it and then Burnley score straight away, you know, and the game gets away, then Jose's not going to be happy with that situation. So I think they've done the right thing. It is a penalty. There's no question about that. I think when you see it, Rashford gets his body in between him and Aaron Lennon, and Aaron just stands on his ankle there. No question that's a penalty. I know what you're saying. I'd like to see him be the penalty taker, full stop.
It's a winger's tackle, isn't it?
It is, it's a lunge.
Poor pen, Glenn, this, or...? Poor pen. I thought when it happened, I thought, what a great save. But then when I see it again, it's not right in the corner. No, it is a good save, don't get me wrong. Any save, if you keep it at the goal, is a good save. Yeah. But it weren't right in that bottom corner. But Hart made some key saves today, he really did. And he certainly did. Might have come for the first goal, but, you know, harsh on him a little bit. You're right, that could have been... In the end, let's be honest, even United with 10 could have won that 5. Yeah. It felt like that to me. The goalkeeper did make some good saves. Marcus Rashford, look, we know he's a young lad coming on, and when he gets involved at the moment, it's often for 10 or 15 minutes. He ends up getting a red card. Is he unlucky, Tim, or not?
No, he's a red card. I can understand why he's frustrated. You see Beasley there, just kicks out at him, unnecessary.
Bardsley, yep.
Bardsley, yeah, I mean, but he sticks his head into him. You cannot stick your nose. He moved his head towards Bardsley, but Bardsley has then come back and done exactly the same. So if you're going to send one of them off, you have to send them both off. I feel for Marcus there, but there you cannot be doing that. Unfortunately, you cannot do that and get away with it. We've seen it time and time again, especially this season. Then referees are not tolerating it, and I can understand why. 2 red cards, Glenn, maybe there for that? Yeah. Well, he just goes back again, and the difference is, for me, Rashford, there's a gap between Rashford and Bardsley. His head goes towards him. In the end, they go back and have a little nibble again, but they're already locked in.
and he pushes him a little bit with his head. Slightly different, so that would be the key is the referee's got to see it. Maybe different now if they watch it on the video or whatever, but for me, there wasn't that movement towards the forehead like Rashford had. They were already locked in a little bit, and then Bardsley pushed him a little bit back with his head. Yeah. For me, that's not initially. That's defending yourself.
We've seen with Richarlison, didn't we, recently, Everton, who's had a good start for his new club, Tim. He did exactly the same. So, look, players have to be aware that referees are right on top of this sort of stuff at the moment. And in that respect, Marcus Rashford's just been a bit silly. But we saw, again, Richarlison proclaiming his innocence. But, look, doing the same thing, I think, to Adam Smith. Yeah.
It was just that movement, the sharp movement there from Richarlison. And he's a hot head. He's been a great player this season, good signing for Everton, but you cannot do it. If you do that, you're going to leave yourself on offer, and the referee's entitled to give you a red card.
I think that's an easier one for a ref, that. Yeah. It was actual, you know, movement. You could see the movement there.
Did John Moss miss one with the Ben Mee incident when Lukaku has completely done him for pace?
Absolutely.
And Ben Mee, look, just deliberately handballs that.
Handball it.
I mean, that has to be a red card, surely.
Well, Andy, you're absolutely spot on, Tim. It is a red card, but from his angle, where he is on the halfway line or wherever he is, he might have not seen it. Your referee's assistant has got to come into that. Where is he? Because he's going to be square on a little bit more. Yeah. And he's got to go to him and say, did you see anything? There's been a reaction of the players and the bench. Look at the bench, they saw it. Mourinho saw it. Yeah. And, yes, it is handball, without a doubt. Yeah, but the ref's got to... He needs help there. He needs help, because probably he can't see it. Yeah. And maybe it's the end of the game, he's not up to, you know, his fitness needs to be looked at a little bit.
He gave a throw in there, actually. He gave a throw in there, the referee, for that one. Yeah. Obviously didn't see it, but nothing to worry about. Obviously no harm done in the end for Manchester United. It was a great win for them. Let's hear from Jose Mourinho. Smiling again. Yeah, good to see him smiling, you know, rather than the scowl and everything. It was a little bit of charm and a cheeky line. That's what Jose Mourinho's all about, Tim. Yeah,
it's easier to do when you've won games and your team have played so well. You know, I think they dominated that game today. Yeah, he's got nothing else to worry about the performance today. You know, we talk about that. We expected them to go to Burnley and win. We expect them to go to Brighton and win. When it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. You know, he has to realise that and just... You have to dust yourself down and get on with the next one. That's all you can do, and send that message out and a positive, smiling dressing room. That's what he needs. Because it's not only him. I noticed today with Lukaku, when he scores a goal, there's no smile. In the interview, he felt like he had lost. Yeah. You know, he needs to create that environment where everyone's happy to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. And he should be privileged to manage one of the biggest clubs in the world as well. So I think every day they should be smiling, in my opinion. Yeah. Have they shown today, Glenn, that when they attack and when they go for it, that they are a really dangerous outfit? I mean, he set them up. He always sets his teams up with something, doesn't he, with the opposition in mind. But when they went for it today, I thought they looked very dangerous. They had clarity today. You could see that team. It worked in the week with them. This is how we're going to play. This is the way Burnley play. Tim picked up on it in his interview before the game. That he was talking about how Burnley play. And it was Fellaini, little change there with Matic in there. But the three up top, you can go and play. Your fullbacks can go and play. There was a nice balance. I can see him maybe sticking with them two centre-backs. He give them some praise afterwards. I think we were wondering before about, you know, the back four changing or the centre-backs changing. He might say, right, these two, I'm going to give them a chance. But they had good protection today. I think at home at Old Trafford against certain teams, perhaps you can't play that team. But the team went out, had clarity, and they played to his, you know, tactics very, very well. They did. I think the front three was good. Lingard prepared for England and for Man United. He's prepared to run behind. He's prepared to make runs without the ball. There's not many players do that. Good point. And it opens the things up for the centre forward. And when he gets in there, if he gets a little bit more clinical, he could be a wonderful finisher. Yep, they go to Watford next. That won't be easy, of course, and we're going to focus on Watford and Spurs when we return. That was the other game, of course, that kicked off at 4 o'clock this afternoon, UK time, and an interesting game it was as well. We'll pick the bones out of this one when we return. Tough team to play at the moment, Watford, and when you are in the position they're in, Glenn, where you're playing sort of pressure-free, really. Yeah. No massive demands. They don't play in front of such an expectant crowd either, do they? That's true. I think today was one, and Troy Deeney admitted it, they tried to think, like, because they're at the top there, they've started so well, they're playing Tottenham, they tried to outplay Tottenham playing football.
That was never going to happen. When second half they got it down and played a little bit more ruthless, got the bodies in and around the back three that Tottenham went out with today. Yep. They changed from the United game. They went with the back three. And they caused Tottenham some problems. Get the ball in the box, they will cause anyone problems. Yeah. But there's a belief there. The fans are up for it now. The only thing you got to do if you're a Watford supporter and, well, more so a player, is don't look at the league. Don't look at the league table.
Just keep on next one.
Going. Yeah. Just keep
Man United next in for them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they, as you say, there's no pressure on them. No. I mean, they're playing games now. They've got the points on the board there. They can play carefree. They've got power. You know, Decore, midfield player, Capoue, midfield player. They've got Will in there, who's a great little footballer. Likes of Andre Gray up front with Deeney. They've got pace in Pereira, who's got a little bit of guile. They've got a bit of everything in there. And they've got a core of good British players. They've got a goalkeeper who's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league, I would say, in Foster. So, now it's all there for them. You know, why not? Just go and enjoy this season in the Premier League. They will be there next year. What about what we've seen then earlier on today? Arsenal and United. Arsenal, Glenn, are you still not quite seeing the difference?
No, I haven't seen a real difference. Their Achilles heel is still in the way that they're defending. You felt that Cardiff were always going to have a chance there, and they did. With the ball, yes, of course. They've got some wonderful creative players. There's more to come at that end, the attacking end as well. But I think a real good team, a really good team, could pick them off. And I think that's going to be a test for them when they come up against something a bit tougher. As for United, Tim, all the talk over the last 10 days has been about Jose, about his players not responding to his methods, not getting it, whatever he's trying to preach. That didn't look like that today. They look very, very good. No, he got it right today. Fellaini just sat in their protection. He protected the two centre-halves. You asked the two centre-backs who was their man of the match today, they'll tell you, Marouane Fellaini. He got it all. He got his spot on today and he got the result. He did indeed. Glenn, Tim, really enjoyed that today. Thank you very much. Thank you as well for joining us this afternoon. Big day, of course, for Unai Emery and Jose Mourinho as we head off into the international break. Time for us all to take a little bit of a breather. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Get ready to go again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.